The next one I'm going to look at is the Green Procurement. That's me, but don't worry about that one. So this is a level 7 course. So the entry requirements is slightly different. We do need a certain level of understanding to go and do the Green Procurement in construction. So it's a level 7 if you have, preferably in construction engineering, because this Green Procurement is specifically aimed at construction. Applicants who don't meet the requirements can also be assessed through what we call recognised prior learning. And that's providing proof of working on site, even lots of trainings which are not accredited as well. So provide that information to us. We review everything. And if we're still unsure and you still need to prove a little bit more, we'll have a short little interview. It's more of a chat rather than an interview. And I'll probably be holding those anyway. So this course is designed to upskill you in the field of green procurement and construction. It's aimed at professionals, contractors and employees who work in the public sector, especially those who deal with public procurement and e-tendering. It's looking at that process in a different way, being a lot more green, understanding what is needed. So you'll gain knowledge of the drivers that are forcing moving this forward, the principles of green procurement and circular economy, and all the legal processes that you need to know, such as the criteria, needs assessment, market engagement, verification, etc., etc. There's lots of legal implications involved in this. Now, if you're a contractor on site, and you run your own business, this is essential for e-tendering. So knowing this will give you an extra little checklist tick when people are assessing the tender processes. And again, digital tools will be introduced in the second module. You'll be introduced to levels, which is European levels, but they've introduced them in Ireland now as well. Life cycle assessment, life cycle costings, and this is all at introductory level. So you're not going into detail. We hope to progress further. I know IGBC do a lot on this area, so this is more introducing it. If you want to learn more, you can go and take a separate course. But it also shows you how to manage using BIM. Not so much modeling, but managing the whole process. It's a little bit similar to the one that was done in the site coordinator course I've just talked about, but more emphasized towards the timeline, quantification in particular, and making sure that the products you use are certified and they are green materials. So again, this is a blended delivery over 24 weeks. So it's 2 modules, evening lectures. We're not confirmed the evening yet. I'm trying to juggle things around. And then again, there's 2 practical workshops, hopefully on Saturday. Worst case scenario, it'd be on Friday, but that's with agreement with yourselves. The learners have a lot of input in a lot of our programs of how we deal with things. So this is the first module. This is the fundamentals of green procurement. So we're looking at the drivers, the EU, national policies, etc., and setting up the framework. Where did this come from? How are you going to use it? And then looking at the e-tender process. So then there's legal aspects. So we're looking at the treaty principles and the types of procedures and legal exclusions. They're really important when you're setting this up. One really important part is a needs assessment and market engagement, and that be discussed in more detail. And then the awarding criteria, specifications and selection criteria, award criteria and contract clauses. And that can be looked at from an architectural point of view, if you're sending out a tender to get contractors in, but it also works from the other side, the contractors asking subcontractors the same information. And it also helps contractors know what they need to respond to the architects as well. So it's a full circle on the awarding criteria. And of course, verification. You need to be able to provide proof and verification of what you'll set forward. There's a nice little diagram then on circular economy of how all these aspects all join together. Now, the second module is a little bit different. It looks at the digital tools, and in particular, as I mentioned, the EU levels, introduction to life cycle assessment, using a business case and performing building LCA. So you will do a little, although it's a demonstration, we will get you to test it out as well using possibly one click. And then introduction to life cycle costing also. One part which I'm more familiar with the introduction to BIM and other digital tools, how you can use this to for collaborative purposes, and using BIM and procurement in tenders. And one part of the BIM is able to use and check certifications that things are green, analysing each of the materials to make sure they're the correct sustainable products you're using, but also from a quantification point of view. And then monitoring energy and carbon performance. And again, the assignments on this are 3 assignments for each module. Multiple choice, there's market and needs assessment project, which may well be a group project. Then green procurement plan. Then there's a practical on the EU levels and LCA. And these are all online, and I think the OGP have the EU levels running there as under Irish levels now. They've adapted it specifically for Ireland. Then the life cycle appraisal, and there's a practical on there, and then a short performance report. Now it is a level 7, so it's not extremely hard work, but you know, obviously it's higher than level 6. So you do have to have some understanding of how to prepare a performance report. Resources available, and again, extensive amount of resources and tools right across the board, and you'll have access to Moodle with extra resources as well.